everyone, Sha'Jreka here, and today I will be talking to you about living with dementia. According to the authors of Development of Care Services for Older People with Dementia in a Primary Care Setting, in 2018, it was reported that there were 50 million older people with dementia worldwide, and a new case is diagnosed every 3 seconds, and people with dementia are estimated to reach 152 million by 2050. I'm currently studying to work in a field where I will have to deal with, or work with, I should say, patients who have been diagnosed with dementia. And I know some of you, if not the majority of you, may also be working in a field where you will have to work with patients who have dementia. And if you're not, then you never know if someone or someone whose family member may be diagnosed with the disease, and then it's better to know than to not, right? So based on the numbers of people who may be diagnosed with dementia, I think it is very imperative that we all be educated on this disease. It is better to be at least semi-prepared versus being blindsided and not knowing what to expect or do to help your loved one once they are diagnosed. Being educated on this matter will also help us to notice warning signs before it's too late. And I'm going to start off with just giving you a little information. Now, I do have some attachments that you could look at. It's just the little posters that I will be showing throughout my speech. Like I said, they will be attached at the bottom. This one. So first, I'm just going to tell you what dementia is. And it basically causes problems with thinking, memory, and reasoning. It happens when the parts of the brain used for learning, memory, decision-making, and language are damaged or diseased. A group of disorders involving pervasive, progressive, and irreversible decline in cognitive functioning resulting from a variety of causes. Excuse me. And some of those causes may include, find my paper, infections of the central nervous system, long-time alcohol or drug use, a buildup of fluid in the brain. Could also be caused by aging, diseases such as Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, and PICS, chronic infections, head trauma, or stroke. Conditions that affect the brain, such as Alzheimer's disease, stroke, or head injury, which is basically what I just said. But this picture here, when you look at this attachment, it shows that 62% of people with dementia have dementia because they were diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, while 2% could come from Parkinson's, another 2% from Prono, 4% could be Lewy body, 10% is a mixture of dementia, and 17% could be vascular dementia, with the 3% being the other. So I have on a few of these, this one says every 66 seconds, someone in the United States develops the disease. And this one is off by a second, but it's pretty much the same thing. 65 seconds, 66, someone in the United States develops Alzheimer's disease. Like I said, that's is pretty much the leading cause of dementia. And how it could be diagnosed is pretty much there is no one test to determine if someone has dementia. But doctors can diagnose Alzheimer's and other types of dementias based on careful medical history, a physical examination, laboratory tests, and the characteristic changes in thinking, day-to-day function, and behavior associated with each type of dementia. Now, as for treatments, there is no cure. There is no cure, unfortunately, for dementia. Now, some medications can be used to help temporarily improve symptoms, which I know my grandma, she takes some form of medication to help with, like, sometimes she'll speak to like people who aren't there. Like, she'll have a scenario in her head and she'll have a whole conversation with them. Like my cousins who live in the house with her, she'll look out the window and she'll tell them to come back in the house, but they're sitting on the couch. So yeah, and she'll have like, she'll be aggressive and argumentative, and when she takes her medicine, it pretty much mellows her out, and really helps us too, because it's really an emotional, mental, physical thing where, like, the caregivers for someone with dementia, it can be really hard, especially if it's like a family member. Like, you could become emotional watching a loved one go through such a disease, and caring for someone suffering from dementia may end up taking a toll on your mental stability and your body physically. You could, I know this one right here, it also shows that the caregivers experience physical, emotional, and financial stress. And that is true. My aunt had to quit her job to take full care of my grandma day to day, around the clock. She needs attention. She needs someone to watch her. She can't do things for herself. Like, my aunt cooks, she cleans, she helps her go to the bathroom. Anything that she needs, my aunt has to be there to help her. Or sometimes we try to help to give my aunt a break, because I know it's straining on her. It's a lot. It really is a lot. Having to change your lifestyle, and just it's a lot to deal with. It really is. But another statistic, this is from this one, is basically the percentage of adults aged 65 and older with Alzheimer's disease by race and ethnicity. 14% of are African American, 12% are Hispanics, and 10% are non-Hispanic whites. So, and another little, well, it's not really a fun fact, but another fact is it kills more than breast and prostate cancer combined. That's a lot. It really is. So basically, I've explained to you what dementia is, how to diagnose it, how to treat it, and how it affects the people around someone suffering from dementia. We may not be able to cure those who have already been diagnosed with dementia, but we can take steps into prevention by living healthy lifestyles, watching what we eat, staying active, and not abusing drugs or alcohol. The end has to start somewhere.